Adidas are being sued by their own shareholders. Ye is back with an interesting look that looks like it's been inspired by your auntie dashing out for a pack of cigarettes. Nike revealed how many bots they are dealing with on a monthly basis, and it's enough to make you want to delete the app if you haven't already done so. And are Nike really going to be releasing more Tom sexual harassment shoes? All of these stories and more coming up. Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. It is me, Jordan Young, aka Sneakonomic. And if you like sneaker content like this, feel free to subscribe, and while you are here, please smash that like button with your face. Let's kick off the episode by talking about this week's biggest sneaker releases. I think the big one for most people was the Jarritos SB Dunks. One of the funniest things about this release for me was watching all of the sneaker content creators out there have trouble with the word Jarritos. The Jarritos Dunk, Aritos. And a lot of interesting gatekeeping comments were creeping up all over the shop, with a lot of people saying, unless you can pronounce Jarritos correctly, you shouldn't get a pair. Now, the release is not quite done yet. Rumors are the stock was very limited at skate shops. Apparently there's going to be under 50k pairs on the Nike sneakers app, dropping on the 10th. And rumors are there's also supposed to be another 3 colorways. Did you guys hit on any of the skate shop raffles? I took all L's here in the UK. Feel free to let me know if you came up. We also had the Nike Kobe 4 GG that dropped here in the UK earlier this week. These were a myth to cop. I missed. Did any of you guys come up? Let me know. We also had the New Balance 1906R Amé Leon d'Or. I did actually camp out on the New Balance website, and I was kind of optimistic until I got my place in the queue, which was something like 14,000. And so I didn't waste too much time continuing to camp. But did you guys hit on these? I would have very much liked a pair of these in the collection because I really rate the model, but unfortunately it was an L. You guys in the US also had exclusive access for the Jordan 4 Thunder. And this has been a really interesting sneaker to follow because early prices on the resale market have been pretty low, pretty close to retail. And I imagine when we do get the wider drop coming out later on this week upcoming, these may well be going for under retail, which is kind of unprecedented in recent times for a Jordan 4. You guys also had a shock drop of the Spider-Man Jordan 1s. Apparently there was something in the region of 230,000 pairs that released, so I saw a lot of people claiming dubs for these. If you missed out, not a big deal. They are releasing again on the 20th of May. Feel free to let me know if you came up on these. Right, so let's jump into some of the news, and there are some pretty juicy stories to pick apart this week. First of all, Adidas are suing themselves. No. They're actually being sued by investors who claim that the firm knew about Kanye's problematic behavior years before it ended their partnership. Investors allege that Adidas failed to limit financial losses and take precautionary measures against Ye's behavior. It's not clear how much money is involved in the lawsuits. Ye himself is not implicated at all. And this continues to heap pressure and problems on Adidas, who are still stuck with this mountain of Yeezys that they haven't yet decided what to do with. Q1 report has been expounded upon by the CEO, and whilst it's not overly damning, it's not overly reassuring either. And so things continue to be a little bit shaky for the three stripes at this point. Ye is back on the scene, and he has made a splash sporting a pretty interesting new look. Seems to be inspired by, you know, that discombobulated auntie that is out on the streets just yelling into their cell phone? Bro is looking like Mr. T off Panda Buy. He's definitely taken inspiration from powerlifters or gym girls or 19th century pajamas. He's been seen wearing these outfits as he moves to and from his new LA-based Yeezy office HQ warehouse thing, where he actually held a fashion show installation type thing that, ironically enough, has been positioned very, very close to an Adidas site. Attendees to this fashion event got to take home a souvenir Yeezy t-shirt that looks a little bit more like a bib and is only seemingly appropriate to wear if you have something like 7% body fat. Maybe he's not only trying to get back at Adidas, but he's also trying to get back at Kim, not just through his new choice of wife, who looks quite similar to Kim, but also with the new branded leggings coming out. What do you guys think of this? Are you ready to delete your sneakers app? Have you ever wondered just how many bots you are battling against as you take your L's on the sneakers app each week? Well, according to Nike's own data, they are dealing with 12 billion bot entries for sneaker releases each month. It's more bot entries than there are people in the world. They did also go on to say that they have been successful in removing something like 98% of bot entries, and that around 50% of the entries for the high heat products are bots. Now, if you run the maths and assume these numbers to be true, it still means that every month, something in the region of 240 million bots are still getting through. And this is in addition to all the people that are just trying to cop manually, that have multiple accounts, etc. And so it's brought into question whether or not Nike are really doing enough. The broad consensus appears to be no, because what do Nike really have to gain by over-investing in infrastructure to enable the playing field to just appear to be more fair, when their shoes are going to sell out whether they do something or they don't? Some people have seen this as PR lip service. Other people, I suppose like me, would like to believe that Nike are trying to remove bots. But given the incredibly low level of success people like me and you experience with the app each and every week, it's hard to take the claims overly seriously. What do you guys think about this? Are Nike really going to continue to keep working with Tom Sachs? Tom Sachs? Rumors were circulating earlier in the week that Nike and Tom Sachs were going to move forward with their collaborative plans on some sneakers this year, including the Mars Yard 3.0. However, according to more recent reports, Nike have told Complex directly that they are not working together with Tom Sachs at this time and have no release dates planned. Now, this story has sort of quietened down a little bit, and Sachs himself has actually come out and issued a letter to his staff showing some contrition. No direct comments from Tom Sachs or any of his representatives are available at this time regarding his relationship with Nike, but this recent comment from Nike to Complex definitely suggests that there isn't anything likely to come about in the near future. My own personal view is that long term, the deal together with Tom Sachs has got to be toast. What do you guys think about it? The Mischief Big Red Boots fell off an absolute cliff. I actually made a short video earlier in the week talking about this very topic, and I've subsequently seen some other big sneaker pages talk about the same thing, and so I don't know if I should, but I'm gonna claim it. I inspired these stories with my little video. I was talking about how people were paying $2,000 for these back in Feb and March, and how people were so hyped to cop these for retail, thinking that they were gonna go viral wearing them, or thinking they were gonna make a lot of money reselling them. But by the time the sneakers had shipped to them, the trend was gone, the moment was over, and the prices had tanked. These other stories that I saw seemed to zoom in on resellers that had invested in these pairs thinking that they were gonna make a lot of bank reselling them, and showing that the shoes today are actually going for under retail, showing them to be one of the biggest viral shoes of the year, but also one of the biggest sneaker investment flops of the year also. What do you guys think of this? The Nike SB Instagram account had their fangs out this week, sinking them into the flesh of the comment section of a guy called MasterChef Ian, who is part of the private selection team, who notoriously leak early images of all of the hottest upcoming sneakers. He leaked an image of the Crenshaw Skate Club Nike SB collab, and Nike SB jumped into the comments saying, imagine getting the opportunity to create a dunk only to have an account called MasterChef Ian leak it with no context. And so they seem to be upset that these leaked images have come about devoid of any supporting backstory to the way the sneakers were created or the design inspiration, that type of stuff. Now, MasterChef Ian and Private Selection are notorious for doing this. Whatever connections they have enable them to do this on a regular basis. I mean, it's basically their thing. Some people have clapped back at Nike saying it's all rich to be overly protective of the stories around these sneakers, but yet not protective of the sneakers in terms of the way they are released to the public, i.e. letting them get eaten up by bots all the time, resellers. And so this whole story has sort of divided opinion and generated a lot of interesting discourse. I think it's a little bit funny and a little bit petty. At the end of the day, if Nike wants to control the way that these sneakers are leaked, they should be doing a lot more in-house to control the narratives themselves, and simply not allowing these sneakers to get out into the open and into the hands of these types of people. What do you guys think? Feel free to weigh in. So I want to take a look at the Jordan Fall 2023 preview, but before we do, I just thought I'd mention that we got winds of a new J Balvin sneaker coming out in September this year, and we don't have any images to go on, but we do know the model. It's a Jordan 3. Now, I personally think that the J Balvin 1 is quite possibly the worst Jordan 1 colorway in the history of Jordan 1s, and there have been something in the region of 7,898,000 Jordan 1 colorways. The J Balvin Jordan 2 was definitely a throwback for a lot of people to their childhood with the whole light up aspect, and they will certainly go down in recent history as probably the most overpriced Jordan on record. I mean, they had to slash the prices images in half to make these even somewhat appealing, and even then, these pretty much sat. So put it this way, I don't hold out a lot of hope, as you can imagine, for the J Balvin Jordan 3, but I am certainly open to being corrected on that. What are your guys' predictions for the J Balvin Jordan 3? Do you think we're gonna get something crazy colorful like before, or are we gonna get something a little bit more understated? I'm, as you can imagine, not overly optimistic. Right, so we had a preview of the Fall Jordan 2023 lineup, and let's just go through them one at a time, and I'll tell you whether or not I think these are a cop or a drop. Let's start off with the UNC Chicago Lows. It's a cool shoe, but it's a pass from me. The UNC 1 highs, these are one of the nicest ones of the year. That's a cop in my opinion. The black toe lows, definitely a cop. Those are hard. I don't know what these are called, the stealth grays. They look a little bit like that stealth high that's been sat on sale. Those are a cop. Both these lows are a cop in my opinion. The Palomino highs, is it, or the bread mockers, that's a cop as well. Very nice sneaker. I don't know the name of these tan ones below here. They're a pass from me, but nice shoe nonetheless. The UNC 2 lows, nice shoe, definitely a cop, but a cop on sale. Palomino 3s, do you know what? The better the images have become with these, the less inclined I've become to cop them. So I'm actually gonna say pass on the Palomino 3s. Jordan 4s, we've got a couple of pairs to talk about. The red cements, oh man, I honestly think these are a pass. These are mid in my opinion. Something about the red cement color blocking they went with just screams GS or PS to me. It doesn't scream traditional men's Jordan 4 color blocking. These, they should have just left these in the drafts. These gray 4s are also a pass. They also look like another preschool Jordan 4 in my opinion, not for me. The 7s, I can't remember the name of these, but these are clean, probably a little bit too clean, a little bit too simple, a little bit underwhelming, forgettable, but still love Jordan 7s. Playoff 8s, that's definitely a cop. OG form, shape looks good, material looks good. Details with the red heel tab on point, definitely a cop. Burgundy 5s, that's a cop for sure. I'm not overly enamored by the icy outsole because obviously it's prone to yellowing within a hot minute, but these are still a cop, and it's a pass on the purple 12s. There we go. Rightio, so let's talk about some sneakers coming out this week. First and foremost, May the 9th, you've got the SB Dunk Low Desert Ochre, and then on May the 10th, one of the coolest sneakers coming out this month in my opinion, the Nike Airship Every Game. You've got the UNC colorway and the Chicago colorway. Definitely keen on the UNCs, man. I think those are hard. May the 10th, you've got the LeBron James AZG gray colorway, easy cop on those. May the 10th sees the sneaker release for the Jarritos SBs. So if you missed out through the skate shop raffles, you'll have a chance to come up. But again, like I said before, stocks are apparently going to be something like 50K on sneakers. That's all sort of trust me bro type sourcing there. And then the big one this week are the Jordan 4 Thunders. May the 13th, I'm not sure if it's a draw or a first come first serve, but if you've been watching the movements of this sneaker, you'll already know that they're moving around retail price. So even if you miss out on them, you're not likely to have to pay much over the retail to cop these when they do indeed release. So I'm not saying it's a guaranteed easy cop, but I don't think these are going to be as hard to cop as we might have initially thought when we first got wind of this release late last year or whenever it was. And so those are some of the sneakers coming out this week to keep your eyes out for. And that's it for this week's sneaker wrap. Feel free to jump into the comments and let me know what you guys thought about some of those big stories from this week, as well as some of the sneakers coming out this week. Always try to get back to you guys in the comments. And listen, special shout out to all of my members. If you guys want to support me here on YouTube, you can do so by becoming a member of the channel and helping to contribute to me making my content on here. If you haven't already subscribed, go ahead and do it. And while you're here, drop me a like before you bounce. I really would appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for your support. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Take care for now, and peace.